Hello and welcome to a little video on MS Teams. Today I'm going to be looking at channels, two types of channels. Channels for each session, just so that it makes your course's structure a little bit easier for your learners, and also for breakout rooms, so they're called private channels. So here we go. So here's my team. It gives me the normal channel there. Channel are like little teams or little meetings within your team, and I'm just going to start off by doing a recap on adding it. So I'm going to add a channel, this one 7. I'm going to make it accessible to everyone in the team, which is the default setting. And I'm going to automatically show this in everyone's list. That makes life easier. So add. Pop. So that session has now appeared there. And everybody who is in your team will be in these channels, because they're everybody standard channel. Okay, now then, the reason that I like these, you don't have to use them, is that you can do your session within each session, but you can put the files and any content or activities in that session. It helps reduce the clutter in your general, makes it far more easier for learners to come back and re-engage with any material that you have. Okay, breakout rooms, group activities, which is the primary point of this one. So more options, and I'm going to add a channel, and we are and this time, instead of it being standard, I'm going to change it to private. Now with a private channel, only those people who you put into that team, that channel, will be able to see it, and you. And it has a padlock. So it's the same thing. You add learners to it just like you do to anything else. So add a member. Let's go for JJ Blogs. It's already my team. Okay, so now I like to, when I'm delivering sessions, and I believe it's better to do it this way, is to start your meeting from whichever session that you're going to be running. So first session, say for example, and I'm going to start my meeting in here. This is better than using a calendar, because not everybody gets the calendar invites, and this is where your induction beforehand to make sure they're part of your team will really come pay dividends. So here we go. So that's now this meeting starting. Okay, now I'm just going to mute that microphone, otherwise we're going to be in trouble with this microphone. So that's that session going on, a normal meeting. So it's a slightly different view because the camera's over there. So when the little camera's there, that shows you where your meeting is. So learners who come in go, oh, I don't know where I'm going. I head to session 1. Here it is. I can just join it there. Now what you can do is you can say, okay, well, I'm going to split you all up into groups, and for 20 minutes I want you to go and look at something or research something, exactly the same as before. So you set up your groups, maybe beforehand, it's easier if we do that, and then they pop over to their group. Now they can start their own meeting in there. Okay, so now I've moved over to that group. I can see that session 1 is still going over there because that's showing up on my screen. If I come back into my Teams view, I can now see there's one meeting going on there with that group, and this is the main one here. But this group is starting their session as well. So okay, so now I've got the other two, and I'm now in this session 2 one. If I just pop over to the team, you'll now see that there's all of these cameras going. So, and as a tutor, you can just switch between them. So at the moment, I'm in session 2. I could just click on the resume to session 1, and now I've popped over to session 1. So now I'm in session 1, but I could go to one of the other ones and just pop over there, back over to that group, like so. So you can pop in and out of your groups and support your learners just like you would do, just like you would do in any other standard teaching environment, such as group activities. When they finished, remember to bring them all back. So I'm just going to close those ones there, and I'm going to close this one here. So that now shows me that all of those meetings are closed. So it's as simple as that. You set them up, they'll go off into their group activities, remind them to come back. You can go in and out and visit them. Well, that's it for this video, I think. If there are any questions, just feel free to ask me or catch me on Teams. Thank you very much. Goodbye.